Okay, before we begin actually painting our grayscale, let's talk quickly about the materials that you will need. First, you will need your grayscale paper. Now remember, we made the lines in this last class, so this should be in your student folder, and you should have it out with you already. Next, you will need a paintbrush. It doesn't really matter what size, just don't pick one that's too small. You'll need a cup of water. I'm using my just a regular plastic cup of water from my house, but you should have the containers that were on the painting cart that you can fill with water and share with your table mate. And then finally you're going to need a palette. Now our palettes, some are white, some are just plain plexiglass, but you should you should already know where those are at from painting your monsters. Alright, so we have our supplies. Next we're going to talk about our paint. Now when we used our paint for our monsters, you used a paint called acrylic. Now this paint that we're going to use is tempera, okay? T-E-M-P-E-R-A. Now tempera is a really great paint because the pigments mix very easily. So when you're trying to blend values, they'll mix very quickly. Tempera is also really nice because it is washable after it dries. Most pigment will wash out of your brush, clothes, paper, regardless after it dries with tempera. Now, the critical thing to understand with tempera paint that when you begin to paint, you need to have a good game plan. Okay? So in other words, if you were to paint an area black and you were to try to go over it with white, it'll just turn into a gray because that white will mix with the black that's already on your paper. So part of the reasons why you did your grid drawing and your grayscale, or sorry, your graphite drawing of your photograph was to better understand your image and what areas need to be light and what areas need to be dark. Okay? So again, tempera paint, you have to have a good game plan as we move forward.